Well guys, we're waiting on a whole bunch of parts to come in on the 57, so we pulled a Cavalier in. Now I did skip a couple steps. We've got all the windows out of it, and I've just been cleaning it all up. We had one vacuum die. What a sad way to go. Well, we got the second vacuum in here and we got it pretty much cleaned up. So what are we going to do today? I'd like to get the car on level ground. So get some jack stands underneath the back, get this thing all brought up nice and level. And then, I don't know. Steven says he wants to work on this thing. So like I'm thinking like this has to go. We can start running our tubing and come up with a game plan on how we're going to build this cage. So we'll have to see what we can do and what I got for wood, for metal, and then go from there. We do have to take a lot of stuff out of up here as well, but like I said, I'd like to get the car level so then we can kind of work on it. So I'm going to work on this a little bit more, getting this thing cleaned up and getting everything out of it. Like stuff like this has all got to come off. This, the horn, we got to clean up everything that we don't really want on this and then figure out the rest of the glass and then get it up on nice even ground so we can start building. You guys leave me unattended with a car for more than 2 hours, I'll make it so it never drives again. So what we've done is we pulled out all of the electrical that comes through there and we've rerouted it up over the firewall. We just put it back together so I didn't lose any of the connectors or damage any of the connectors. We started rerouting this. We took the whole dash out of it. We're going to be ripping into this dash interior quite aggressively and getting from there. We got this past the driver door right off the car. It kind of makes it nice and easy getting it in. We successfully killed one vacuum today, so that kind of sucks. But we got our backup vacuum in here and it is doing really good. But yeah, as it sits right now, we have pretty much the entire thing cut down. So my plans for this is to get rid of the rear e-brakes completely, just run front brakes, put a 2.4 twin cam or quad cam motor mount onto this, and if you guys don't know how to do that, we're going to be going through that later on in this build. I can't remember, I think we need to get a SFI part for that as well, but I can't really remember off the top of my head. But we're slowly getting there, and then we got to pull this door off, and then we can kind of start with our cages and stuff, and doing some wiring and fun stuff like that. But that's how far we made it today. As you guys that are doing stock class, you really don't have to go this far, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting tubing inside the frame rails just to get this thing all together. There's a lot of stuff that has to go into this car. This here is not going to be your average demolition derby car. This is going to be a nasty figure 8 car. So hopefully I can run it for a year or two, not blow it up, and then if I don't like the figure 8 or it's just not my style, get rid of it. But what we're doing now is we're just getting to the building stage. So we're just stripping everything and get going at it. So that's as far as we made it today. Let's see how far we can make it tomorrow. So we've been out here all day, day number 2 of a nice warm fire, working on this car. We got the subframe out, and guess what? It's rotted. It's completely rotted. There's nothing left of this subframe. It's garbage. So this car here, we've pretty much got torn completely down now. So we're going to start thinking of a game plan for this. We're going to start thinking of some cages. Now, this does not have to follow our regular cages. This here can be much more intense of a car. And what I mean by that is like this car here can have a crazy cage. So I think we're going to probably pop out some of this dash because we're going to be running a dash bar. We can do a lot of the stuff down here. All this wiring is pretty much obsolete throughout the whole car now. The trunk, we're going to come up with some ideas, but what we're thinking is a bar from strut tower to strut tower back there, another one at the top, connected, and then from there to the top of the door jambs just to stop everything from giving out. A very low cage. I don't want it, I want it below the latch. Most of these cars are going to be hitting down really low in the cross sections anyways, and I don't know. We're going to have to come up with a game plan. There's still a little bit more stripping that we have to do up here. Woo! Oh, and then, oh, I think I ran out of springs. I don't know. And then, like I said, I think we're going to take a little bit more of the dash out of this thing. So, what are your guys' ideas for this? So what do you guys think of this Cavalier? I honestly, my opinion of it, it's been so long since I built a Cavalier that I don't even know what I'm doing pretty much. The bolts for the subframe, it took me 3 attempts because I didn't remember that they're 15 mil. If this was a Camry, I would know what every bolt size is because of how many I've built. I used to build a lot of these cars, but unfortunately that was so long ago that I have forgotten what goes where and where it's needed a lot on this. So something as simple as this, on a Camry, I would have all the sizes memorized, but this is a 9/32, which is probably a 7 mil, but like I didn't even clue into me what size that had to be. So there's plenty of cage that has to be built in this car. And you guys are going to see me do something to this car that you haven't seen me do before, and that is we're going to be hammering 2x2 down these frame rails. And the reason for that is this is not a demolition derby car. This is a race car, and this thing's going to go fast. It's not going to go. It's going to be fast. I think it's going to be half decent, but honestly, I think the car is actually going to be better than my driving skills. I think my driving is going to have to dramatically change to be any good with this car. And that's saying some things because, I don't know. I think this thing's going to be fast. And I think I'm going to have to learn how to drive it through the corners. I think that I'm going to have to come up with a completely different driving style than my Camrys on how I drive in the derbies. The figure 8 is a much faster race when you're inside the car. Split decision of backing up, turning. I know it sounds different, but this is a completely different animal than a Camry. It's the same car, pretty much. Like if I built it to do a derby, I could drive this thing like a Camry. It wouldn't last, but in the figure 8 races, these cars here are king. These are the Camrys of figure 8. I don't like being up here. Oh, look at the rock in this motor. That doesn't look very good. If it's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. So there's some plenty things that we are going to be doing for this. Oh, I'm dripping power steering fluid everywhere. 1, rust-free subframe. 2, I would like to install the sway bars on my rust-free subframe because that's from an SFI, so that didn't come with sway bars. 2, change the motor mounts. 3, cage. 4, set this thing up for racing. So what that means is I'm going to reinforce my struts. I'm going to set up the whole front end for racing. And then I'm going to be switching to the back end, which I think that'd be number 4. I can't count. And then we got to prep the back of this car for the actual races, which means we're going to cut almost 2 feet out of the back of this car. And when I come to the back of the car, I'll show you guys why we do that. It's not going to be the reason you think. Maybe some of you, but not all of you. Then we're going to be moving the radiator. And some of you guys make fun because I call them rads. But the factory rad stays up here. It is no longer staying here. The new rules for figure 8 is we can actually move. Let me get that light off here. We can actually move the radiator from this location to a completely different location. So we'll be doing that. Then, actually probably during all that, Steven's going to come out here and work his magic and breathe fire into this little Ecotech. See how much any horses we can get out of her. And hopefully it's much better than what she's got. There'll be little things that we're going to be doing here and there. I'm not really sure on what can be done. I still have not read the rules, but I imagine that we're going to have to read the rules shortly. So, as far as I'm concerned, this passenger side motor mount's already blowing, so we're going to be switching it out. I do have a quad cam motor mount around here somewhere. I'm not sure where I put it. We're going to be putting that in, but then we have to modify it as well because we have to make it sit much, much lower than what it already does. So that's got to be done. We're going to put sway bar braces on this. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff to this car to help it stay good. And then we got to put our hood on. We got to run our hood headers. We got to do all that fun stuff. So there's lots of things that need to be done to this car. So this is going to be a very aggressive figure 8 car, and the reason is I just want it to last. A lot of the guys here in Ontario are building their figure 8 cars, using them for a year or 2, and are being able to sell them for 4 digits. I know that sounds crazy, a figure 8 car that's been ran, but it's starting to come around, guys. People are getting like $2,000, $1,500 for pre-ran figure 8 cars that are Cavaliers and built very nicely. Now that I think about it, I'm probably going to be more than that into this car, not including my time. To be honest, I bought the car. I paid a little bit much for the car. I'll tell you guys, I'm into the car $550. It had factory catalytic, so I'm like $450, $425 into the car, and then it had aluminum rims, so I'm like $320 into the car. And now we're going to be breaking into some into some metal for the car for the cage. But the ECU's been tuned by Steven already, and that cost me almost $200 to have the ECU unlocked. So, like, I bet you, with the metal, not including my time, welding wire, we're going to be quite a bit of money into this. So, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here later on Zach's Workshop. Hopefully you guys like the Cavalier. If you guys noticed the dominoes thing on here, I got that the other day. Don't leave me alone with Facebook Marketplace. We need to come up with a name with this. I'd like to, like... You remember that Fast and Furious 1? Maybe a lot of my viewers are a little bit too young for Fast and Furious 1. Roads closed, pizza boy. Maybe that'd be funny. Domino's delivery. Maybe Domino's could sponsor me. I highly doubt they would sponsor me. I think if they seen it, they'd ask for their roof sign back.